Tamara's teasing sort of the same thing here.
I tell you, this season is probably better than any season we've ever had. And I am not joking.
The way you just pitched it, you are a combination of like Tamara Cohen and Chris Harrison. You're like, and the most
It's
dramatic season
I am
yet.
telling you, like, if it was, I would just say, like, I didn't really like that. Or it is insanity.
Good. Okay, good. We have something to look forward to. I hope she's being true, because you know how many people give Andy Cohen shit for doing the exact same thing? This is the best season yet. And then you get it and you're like,
Yeah, I know, but we've been played too many times. Like, we are going to watch it and give our own reviews. I think that this season has potential. I mean, OC, let's be real, the past couple seasons have not been amazing. But I think that, as Andy put it, it's a return to form. We have Tamara Judge back, and she is going to bring us back to center.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, so we kick off this episode with Emily Simpson being sort of a stay-at-home mom now, which I love the fact that she's a stay-at-home mom now, but I'm a little confused just because last time we saw her from last season, I thought she was giving up her career to pursue just a different avenue of it, not giving it up, but just kind of shifting focus. I thought she was going to sort of do the Kim Kardashian thing and help people who need help within the system and let her husband go work as an attorney who's taking on like bigger cases. Now, from this season, we see where she wants to stay at home. She wants to pursue her children's dreams, and her daughter Annabelle wants to be a model.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically, a poor man's Kris Jenner. Like, she's going to be the momager. She is going to be the next Lisa Rinna, or who knows, Yolanda Hadid. Those Hadid girls like really made it. So she is starting them young. And I think Annabelle is so cute. As they said in the modeling office, she has great hair. So she has great genes, so I think that, they're onto something, and good for Annabelle. I mean, if she wants to do this, more power to her.
And she does have a cute little personality. She has a lot of energy, that one.
She totally does. And Emily is a hoot. She is definitely like, I've grown on her the past 2 seasons, and she is funny. She has a great personality, and I see that in Annabelle. I definitely see a future in entertainment for Annabelle.
All right, Annabelle. Bring it on down. Now, going back over, we're at the Dubrows mansion or castle or Disney World. I don't know what the hell you want to call this thing. It's ridiculous, and I'm obsessed. But we see Heather getting ready to go to Montana. What does she pack? Does she pack the Chanel rain boots? Does she not? I don't know. But as she's walking down the hall, she sees Nikki's room, and it's empty. And she calls Dr. Terry Dubrow into the room. And they start having a chat, and they start realizing that slowly, or I guess in their opinion, pretty quickly, that the house is going to become more and more quiet. So she's talking to Dr. Terry Dubrow about not wanting to live in this family house without their children, which, by the way, I love that he's down for an adventure. I'm not going to lie, low key, I would be kind of pissed that it took me 3 years to build this freaking house with every crack and crevice being so specific to each child, and even a freaking tree etched into the glass downstairs. Like, every detail of that house was specific to the Dubrows. And now you're like, empty nest syndrome, bitch. I'm going to LA. What?
You're so right. Like, the etched tree window, like, it's whoever moves into there has to like knock that window out, right? And replace it, because it means nothing for them. It has, Heather's kids, Heather's embryos, like Heather's unborn children, like all on the family tree. It just
the embryos did make the family tree, didn't they?
I think so. So yes, that house is so specific. I mean, they sold it though, right? If I'm not mistaken. They did sell the house. So. And
I don't know the condition. I was almost thinking, for some reason, I thought I heard that they sold it, but under the condition that they get to live in it until they finish putting their kids through school. I don't know. It was something. I'm not sure.
Interesting. Okay. And we did see on Selling Sunset that Heather Ray El Moussa sold them the penthouse in LA. So they did buy like a $20 million penthouse in LA. But I don't know. I do feel for Heather. She has the empty nest syndrome, but also she still has two more kids in the house. Like, let's not forget about them. It's not just you and Terry anymore. You know what I mean? It's like she's acting like they don't exist, but she still has two more kids to take care of. And I get it. It's tough to see them go off to college, but and this is, I guess a turning point for her to return to acting. So she talks about like how she's, maybe too old to get back into the industry. What did you think about that?
I don't think that you're ever too old to get into the industry. I think that Jason always tells me that there's this one woman, she's a very famous actress, and I'm blanking on her name right now, but she didn't start until she was in her 30s. I'm not sure, but so I never think that you're too old to get into the industry. And I was actually going through her IMDb credits, and I counted over 107 episodes. So she did work. Like, we can't just pretend like the woman was like an extra. She worked. And I think that it's very commendable, especially the way that she approach this conversation for viewers to understand, like, it is okay. I decided I wanted a family. This was my dream family. And I put my own personal dreams on the back burner in order to raise my family. There's so many women out there and men who go through this and they have to do the same thing because they're sacrificing for their families. So I think it's such a relatable conversation in such a positive way. Like, finally, this isn't like a alcoholism or infidelity. You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of like it has like little somber tones to it, but it's a really exciting, just mysterious, confusing moment in time in this woman's life. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it. Maybe not, it doesn't have to be acting, but maybe there's a woman out there who's like, you know what? You little assholes are out of the house and I want to start my Etsy account. And that's what,
Yeah, no, I agree. And I feel like, she's kind of trying to come back into her own and find herself again. And that is why she was so triggered by the fight with Taylor. I mean, I don't know. That was just, I don't know. Speaking of IMDb, I need to go check out Heather's IMDb. I am so glad that you did that. But that's a lot of credits to look at and not be impressed by.
I mean, I'm going to bring it up right now. And while I'm bringing this up, I wanted to bring this up too and ask you, does this change how you feel about Heather taking a back seat from her career? Heather had nannies.
Heather had nannies. That's true. That's true. I mean, a lot of people have nannies, though. That doesn't mean that you're a mom. It's just help. Like, being a full-time mom is the hardest job in the world. So having help, I don't think that changes anything, honestly.
Okay. All right. Well, if you go through and you expand and you start at the bottom and you see her credits, you see that she started in 1991. And there are a few one-off episodes, one episode 3, 1, 1, 1. Then in 1996, she went into 5, 1997, 17. Then it goes back 1, 1, 99, 22 episodes, 2000, 36 episodes, 2014, 12. I mean, she has a little career.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is impressive. And, Tamra and Taylor, I feel like left off like the credits that were more than one episode. They were focusing on the one episode credits and not the 22 episode credits. But I don't know. I know a lot of, aspiring actors in LA, as I'm sure you do from living here. And it is not easy to do what she did. So I don't know. After looking at that, more props to Heather. I think that she deserves a little more credit. However, I'm not sure that's an excuse for her behavior.
Oh, okay. So we're about to get into that in a minute. Now, I want to kind of reel it back over for a second because as the ladies are all getting ready, we're about to go shopping.